quick little intro for Mr. Pitt here, beautiful musician. We've known Kian for a few years now. Karl, you know Kian a little bit longer than I have. Kian makes some amazing music. Do you want to get your plug right out of the way, right out of the gate?
We'll do it a couple times. Yeah, so we'll start by saying Supply and Demand is out.
Now.
Is out.
Now.
Has been
out now.
For X amount of time.
And I'm blowing up. So thanks for blowing me up.
Thank you, everybody,
TikTok.
for pre-saving.
Yeah.
Because we know that you have. And thank you, everybody, for listening.
You think? All right. So you for a lot of the not the intro stuff, a lot of like the promo stuff, you started doing like it looks like stock footage of just like factories or whatever.
I just ripped it off YouTube. Some people are afraid they're going to get copyright, in trouble, but I'm not.
You're not going to get in copyright trouble. But the thing I was thinking about, like, we're going to go see a band later this evening, and we were looking at like their Instagram following, right? And they have this huge Instagram following, like 90,000 followers or something like that.
Right.
Something I've been thinking about, I guess it's my own like problem, but it's where's the line between like promoting your shit in like a clever way and like really focusing on the music, but in today's day and age, obviously a lot of, promotional things like on social media, you're rewarded for going more in a different direction. Like if you're just making like content as a whole, right? Like if you just make like a funny sketch or something like that. I see so many like musicians that are huge on social media because they do like sketch comedy or like their promotional videos are like funny, but then they play shows and like their music, it doesn't necessarily translate fully to their music. So the thing I've been thinking about is just like, where is that line between, promoting your music in any way you possibly can and also still being like at the forefront a musician, not a content creator. You think about that at all?
I've never thought about that.
No? Okay.
Kian's not going to
What's the line that you're confused about between being promoting your music and being an influencer?
Yeah. Have you seen any of like the auto-tune heavy music influencers that like cover I don't know, like somebody I used to know or whatever?
What do you mean?
Like, remember the guy with the fucking, he has the sleeveless shirts and he brings his daughter on to fucking auto-tunes his baby to like sing Lion King or whatever the fuck he does. Like it's that type of fucking person.
It's the cringiest thing on the fucking planet. There's this dude and whatever the fuck his name is, I'm not going to say it, but he like was like, oh, watch this. And he sings a line and whatever. And then he has his daughter like next to her and then she like coos. She's like a baby. And it's like...
And he just auto-tunes it into a Mariah Carey vocal run. And he's like, wow!
He's like, wow, she's so sick, dude. She like hit that line and she's 2
years
years old.
Funny.
He's not promoting any music. He's just a music influencer. He's a music content creator. And he just sings like Frozen songs and calls it a day. That's his life.
But I'm not talking about that. Like... Obviously, if you're just going to be like a music influence and your thing is going to be like, all right, I'm going to do covers and whatever, like that's its own thing. I'm saying like that's for me, I don't want to do that, but it seems as though content like that is rewarded on social media. So where's the line that, well, Kian, you said you don't even think about it, so fuck me, I guess, whatever. I personally...
I don't know. I tell you one thing, though, I stink right now. I bought that deodorant without aluminum.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about this. My sister made me buy deodorant without aluminum.
Why can't you have aluminum in
You
your...
probably stink, huh?
Causes cancer. So you have to stink if you don't want cancer.
What doesn't cause cancer, though? It seems like every other week it's like, okay, this causes cancer, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I think some things don't cause cancer.
Like what?
Apples.
I'd be willing to bet there's a study out there that shows that apples
Well, you
can
can't
cause
eat the
cancer.
Seeds.
That's bullshit.
Because the seeds cause cancer.
No, not because of the cancer, but you'll grow apples inside of your stomach.
Oh, yeah.
You'll grow an apple tree.
My grandma told me that one time.
So, Kian, what do you think about, if not Instagram content creation and music promotion? What do you think about on just a day?
I saw this reel I don't know why it got fed to me, but it was this reel of this giant Komodo dragon like sneaking up on this deer, like this dead baby deer, and it was on the ground, and it just like it's the way. Have you ever watched like a big animal eat like a crocodile?
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't like. It's not like they take a bite of it and then chew it. They just like get the whole animal,
Yeah,
and
it's
it
just
like
brutally.
like they don't. I guess they can still breathe because their nose or
Yeah,
something, but
definitely.
it's just crazy. They
Yeah,
don't,
I saw one of a couple getting married in like Canada, the Rockies in Canada or something like that,
nice.
on like a riverside, and then across the river, a grizzly bear murders a moose in the middle of their wedding, and the whole wedding is just turned and looking at the grizzly fucking murder the moose.
That's awesome.
And that's it. That's the whole wedding video. It's
That's
just
cool.
a grizzly bear killing a fucking moose.
Yeah, all those like reptile, like Justine, my girlfriend, has a snake. You've seen the snake, right?
Yeah, sure.
When that thing eats, I mean, like pretty much every week we gonna get like a little zoology show. It does the same shit. Like it kills the fucking mouse, wraps him up, squeezes him, he dies, and then the way it fucking eats it is like they unhinge their jaws, and then they just they get their whole mouth around it, and then once it's like pretty much in his mouth, you just like watch the muscle. They don't have necks, but like watch the muscles in their necks just like slide the whole fucking thing down.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's so sick. I think it's the coolest. I think it's the coolest fucking thing on the planet.
That said, I do think that I could beat a bear if I was, if it was a life or death situation.
Yeah.
I would poke at its eyes.
Do you have any defense?
Experience?
Any sort of like no? Well, sure.
No, I don't have. No.
Any sort of weaponry or method of? Do you have a knife at least, or
I play dirty.
a blunt object?
Yeah, blunt. Yeah, well, I don't know. Thumbs in the eyes or air horn.
One time we were.
Yeah.
What-
Okay, go ahead.
One
Maybe
time-
I could use that sound effect. I have that app that has all the sound effects on it.
That would
Deter your
disorient
bear?
him.
It would disorient it.
And then you just poke him in his eyes, and it's over.
I'd be like, boing, boing, boing.
One time we were. Keen and I used to live together back in Philadelphia, and I forget who came over. Some like random person came over that neither of us knew. Friends with our other roommate, and I remember he was like kind of strange. We're all hanging out in our backyard, and he goes, just like out of fucking nowhere, he's like, okay, like, if you're in a fight, like, what's your first move? And it was this very, like, attempt.
I remember that guy, yeah.
Attempt to be, like, alpha
Yeah.
weirdness.
He was-
And he's like, what would be, like, your first move? And then Keenan goes, pocket sand.
yeah.
He's like, throw sand.
Yeah,
in his
pocket
fucking
sand in
face.
their eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy was radiating alpha energy.
Yeah. And then he was
There's a lot to learn from someone like that.
Yeah, especially the fact that later he went off about like 20 minutes about like anime and hentai or whatever.
Well, he's confident in his own, interests,
I
which is an
guess.
alpha move.
What was his first move? Did he say? Was it worth?
It was.
talking
I
about?
remember what he said. He said it was that one where you kick him in the
Sweep the legs?
Sweep, leg sweep.
He was gonna sweep the leg,
Sweep the
and
leg.
then I said I would do the crane move from Karate Kid. I don't remember what the fuck I
good
said,
move.
but yeah. So tell us about how you got fired.
Oh yeah, I recently got fired from Quargo Coffee.
Why?
Because
Were you not motivated?
I was trying to get fired. I think subconsciously I was playing a game of how hard could I goof around without getting fired, and I found out. It was like a kiosk in a mall in Santa Monica, and they made us wear. It was like this traditional Italian coffee shop, so they wanted everyone to look like a little Italian boy, and they dressed us up in suspenders and bow ties and messenger hats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did they also castrate you so you could sing higher?
mm-hmm.
A proper eunuch.
Yeah.
What is it called? The fucking
Castrati.
castrati.
Yeah, castrati.
Your voice was too deep, so they fired you.
What do you think was the last straw that they're like, all right, this guy's not it?
They had this guy from corporate that was like doing all the training, and I was mostly messing with him. It's hard to say exactly what did me in. I'm really trying to think of a thing right
It's all
now.
good. Karl, have you ever been fired from anything?
I don't think so. No, I haven't.
No.
I've let employment just like
Dwindle?
fizzle out before.
That's definitely my move.
That's my MO. Is like just fizzle. Like Premiere never fired me, but but I stopped receiving the emails about the schedule after about a 5-month hiatus of me signing up for any events.
Yeah.
So
My first job ever, I did kind of the same thing. But I worked at McDonald's for my first job ever. I was like 15 years old. I went in, I worked my singular shift. I watched a guy drop a bag of like buns on the floor, and it like opened up, and he just kind of like sweeped them back in. Yeah, and then I think I just, they're like, all right, David, you're on your half-hour break, and I think I just went home and never came back. And they were like, oh, like come on back, but it just never really happened.
I think one thing that the trainer really didn't like was he had hired everyone else did like a online group interview for the job, but there was these two like really hot girls like that the trainer, this really like machismo traditional Italian guy hired, and they did like a one-on-one interview, in-person interview with him. And I'm positive that he just hired these girls to like bang. Like I'm positive of it. And he was always flirting with them.
pretty
and
hard
stuff.
when the Italians cut your dick off so that you can sing higher.
Just the
you know?
balls.
Just the balls. I'm sorry.
And he was like flirting with them, and he was like, they were on one side of the bar and he was on the other side, and he was like looking through the glass of the pastry case and being like all flirty, like, ooh, I can see what you're doing over there. And they go, oh, Mark, stop, you're creeping. And then from the other side of the room, I was like, Mark, are you creeping over there?
Oh, it's a
He would
wonder.
come in every day. I'd be like, Mark, I miss you, man. I was thinking about you.
So you bullied this Italian man into being fed up enough with you to.
I don't know if I would call it bullying, but yeah, I think that was the main thing.
Was
Nice.
that your worst job you've ever worked?
With the uniform, between the uniforms and the
I'm gonna
mall,
you have to send me the photo. I'm gonna put the fucking photo of
Yeah.
you in that fucking uniform. It was
Yeah.
atrocious.
Is it worse than Premiere?
Yeah.
Premiere's not a fun one.
Yeah, I just got
Premiere-
hired. I got my first premiere shift on a Wednesday.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Premiere's all right. Like the monkey suit thing is aggravating at times.
To be clear for everybody listening, Carl's talking about a valet company that we used to work for that they made you wear like, black slacks, white button up, which is like whatever, look nice. But then you had these like cheap fucking vests that you had to wear.
You look like a 5th grader graduating to the 6th grade. 'Cause
Yeah.
all the clothes, the vest is always too big for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the requirement is just to wear a white button-down shirt and black pants and black shoes. And
The black bow tie was
the black
bad.
bow tie too, yeah. And if you're anything like me, you just go to Goodwill and buy a pair of pants that's 4 inches too big for you in the waist, and they're always falling down, and the pants are way too long, and they're too big on you, and you just look kind of ridiculous. It ain't bad when you're with a group of like 20 people, but when you're forced to wear that, and it's like you and one other person working like a private party,
Yeah.
that's when it gets extra humiliating.
If I were to start a valet service, I would start like a sexy valet service, and they would all wear like chaps and
They're all Chippendales. They have
yeah,
no shirt, bow tie, cuff.
yeah,
cuffs.
yeah.
Is that what a Chippendale is?
Yeah, like a Chippendale stripper,
Oh.
you know?
I'm not familiar with the term. All right. Well, so that's the worst job, or I think the uniform that Kean wore is fucking way worse than the Premier Valet
else.
one. Maybe we. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say that part.
That being said, Premiere does have a lot of good quality people there. You'll have fun. It's a great time.
Yeah, I think it'll be a blast.
Yeah,
I've still got like $1,500 on my credit card right now, so I just paid off $1,000. It was $2,500. I paid off $1,000 today. I just got paid.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How's your general? Not how your finances, but like
bad.
living as a
really bad.
living as a.
I keep spending all my money on Instagram ads.
Is it working?
I guess. Yeah, I mean, all I can say is I got like $2,000 on my credit card right now.
It's the life.
You hear that, guys? So stream Supply and Demand by Sugar Pit, so Keen can pay his fucking rent.
Yeah, just click on the
get
ad.
those streaming numbers up, baby.
Yeah, we'll get
That's
those
how-
ad click numbers up. That's where all my wages are going.
Anything else new?
You got any shows coming up? Anything like that?
Yeah, I got a show coming up,
Oh, yeah?
fellas. Yeah, I got a show coming up.
Tell us about
You want to
it.
know?
Yeah, tell
It's
us.
on April 2nd at Genghis Khan.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. I don't know if you like Google Genghis Khan, the photos on Google are like all stock photos of like a Chinese restaurant, but then I think it's like an actual venue. I'm
Yeah,
not
so
sure.
I'm told. I haven't been there. From what it looks like, it seems just like a regular restaurant for dining.
Nice.
But that's where they said the show was.
Yeah.
And as of today, unconfirmed, but I should be having a show, unless these guys flake on me, on April 15th at The Haven.
Where's that at?
I don't know. Pomona. It's in Pomona.
Where's Pomona?
Out there.
Is it that out there? I don't think it's that far. I think it's east. A little east.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fuck it.
A wee bit east.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
That's what I...
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It'll
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. People,
Yeah, well-
everybody's going to go.
It's on a Saturday night, which is big time. In
That
case,
is- that is big
you guys
time.
aren't, familiar with showbiz like I am.
Mm-hmm. Seasoned veteran of show business right here. It's an honor, really.
I'm a mogul.
It's an honor to be in your presence, even.
I'm an indie mogul.
Are you putting that show on, or are you?
No, I'm just hopping on the bill. I forget the other bands. Sorry, guys.
You always forget the other bands.
Bro.
You actually fucking suck at remembering the bands on the bill. Like, being at your show last
It would have been
time-
better. I know. It would have been better to just not say anything than to be.
We
yeah.
all said that afterwards. All you have to do is say, "Give it up for the other bands." You don't have to go. You don't have to go. All right, give it up for the last guy.
Yeah!
What was his name? What was his name? And then get it wrong, and then be like, "Oh, I meant that name."
Yeah, that was fucked up. That's kind of my downfall. Is I like try and be nice, but I don't. I'm not actually. It's not sincere, and I try and fake it out and convince people that I'm like a thoughtful guy, but I'm not.
I will say though, Kian, your crowd work, Kian, has really been making an appearance these days.
Real. God damn it, bro.
I feel like
But please never fucking put me on blast like you put
I
the
might.
random strangers.
I
bro.
might.
I really
Once
don't
I
like it.
get into demon mode when I get on stage, there's like a part of my like elementary school self that's like, oh, I'm finally the center of attention right now. Everybody's looking at me. I can say anything.
Yeah. You were playing some show that was, I don't know, was that like a tattoo shop in like the back parking lot of like a tattoo shop or whatever. And Kian, I think you called over the promoter, who you also didn't know his name. You're like, grab the guy in the suit. Yeah,
I
that
didn't
guy
know he
right
was
there.
a promoter either.
He's the owner of the shop
Yeah.
that is putting on the show.
And he calls the guy up. He's like, all right, come on up here. And he like starts walking up thinking that like you're going to do something. He goes, okay, this guy's going to talk about some divisive political topics right now.
I think I said this guy's gonna give his thoughts on the new Roe v. Wade
Yeah.
or something.
So, crowd work Kian, everybody.
Yeah, facts. That's
Yeah, it's only up from there, really.
facts. I honestly don't know what's a better reason to go see you, crowd work Kian or the music. You know,
I had this. I'm not gonna spill it yet. It's a good idea, and it's involving live animals at a show.
What the fuck? I don't think. I think
No,
that's a health
do
code
it. No,
violation.
fucking do
Oh,
it.
it is.
Who gives a shit? The same way it's a violation to rip fucking footage off of YouTube and use it for your promotional videos
exactly.
too. But who gives a
Exactly.
flying fuck?
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Sue me?
I have $2,000 in credit card debt. Who cares? Just pile it on. Who gives a fuck?
What kind of animals?
I'm not gonna say.
All right, give like the category of animal. Like
No.
The
big.
grizzly bear is gonna poke its eyes out live on stage.
A deer, a baby deer who keeps learning how to walk.
Christ.
He's gonna swallow it whole.
It was Noah's idea, but I want it to really hit home. So I'm not gonna leak it.
All right. Well, so everybody knows.
Let's just say there's gonna be a bunch of live rats at the next venue.
You need a taste of zoology in your indie shows.
All right. I have a Kean story. You can stop me if you don't want me to tell this. Okay. So Kean and I lived together. We lived in a West Philly house that was it was a fine house. We weren't the cleanliest of people at that time. We were in college. We were doing our thing. And we had a bit of a mouse problem. And when I say a
right.
bit of a mouse problem,
Yeah,
I mean,
I know what you're gonna
mean, if your food was not in a fucking safe, it was gonna be eaten. So
It was Mousetown.
it was fucking Mousetown. And one day, again, stop me if you don't want to tell this. I walk into Kean's room and there's a huge pile of coins on his fucking.
Let me tell this story. Okay. Let me cut you off right there. So there was lots of mice in my room. Well, in every room there was many mice. And when I would sleep at night, I would hear all this scuttling. You know what I mean? Like not just like one scuttling. It's like multiple scuttles, like from different angles of the room. And I couldn't sleep, because when you hear rodent scuttling,
It's not really
It
a lullaby.
disturbs your slumber.
right, it disturbs my slumber. So what did I do? I'll tell you what I
Pocket
did.
sand.
I would keep a big jar of loose change by my bed, and when at night I would hear scuttling, I would throw as hard as I can the loose change against the wall to scare off the mice.
Who
And
needs your security deposit back if you can sleep a good 8 hours at night,
You think I should get the security deposit back?
I mean, I figured you were fucking up the walls a little bit by throwing handfuls
No,
of
bro,
coins.
we got that. We got
No.
that shit bag. It's just coins.
It's just coins.
I think the mice chewing through the walls is probably going to do more damage than a handful of quarters.
Yeah. Anyway, so
But it worked great. Yeah, it worked amazing. I would throw the big chunk of change at the wall, and the mice would stop scuttling. And then usually it took about like 3 rounds of change throwing, because the first one they'd be like, okay, wait it out. What was that? 5 minutes?
It's
I
not.
really only
It's
have 5
fucking
minutes?
nonverbal for a reason. But yeah, 5 minutes
Are you
left.
saying that we've been going for 20 minutes? We've been going for 25 minutes? Oh, shit.
Let's go for 45.
We can't.
Well, we can.
What do you mean you can't?
Well,
let's-
okay, fine. We can. All right. So three times was the number for your change throwing, and it would work.
Yeah, it worked, and it scared the mice off, and I could sleep peacefully.
All right, perfect. Let's 3, 2, 1. Welcome back from our brief intermission. We just had to.
The camera only records for like 28
No,
minutes.
Karl, we have the most advanced
Sophisticated,
cameras.
state of the art.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Also, it's nighttime. We usually do these during the day, and Karl and we put pretty much every lamp in our fucking house inside of our living room right now.
I just installed a state-of-the-art fleshlight in my.
On the bathroom counter.
Yeah.
It's at perfect.
Yeah.
It's at the perfect level.
Yeah.
I don't have to bend over at all.
Yeah, I can cook my breakfast and.
It's attached to the kitchen sink, so you can just wash it off right
Yeah.
when you're done.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, well, so you said you wanted to plug it multiple times, so let's do the third one.
Okay, second, 2 out of 3 right now is supply and demand out now. What do you guys think of the song?
I love it.
You love
I
it?
get a
What do you
kick out
think?
of it.
Be honest.
It's mid.
Mid. Fucking mid. No,
Average.
I love
Adequate.
it. I have been a serious Sugar Pit fan for quite some time now. I actually, all right, well, I'm not going to talk about supply and demand because this story isn't about that one. But I remember you making the first song that you recently put out.
Why I Come Back Home?
Nope.
Sneaky Hands.
Sneaky Hands. Sorry. So I remember
Pit
you.
fan,
Yeah,
my
I'm a
ass.
huge
Yeah,
Sugar
my
Pit fan.
ass, buddy.
Piece of shit.
I remember you making Sneaky Hands because, or at least the demo for it. You came in the basement and we had where we had our studio or whatever, and I was messing around with my new fuzz pedal, and you're like, all right, I was like, all right, let's fuck around and record a stupid song or whatever. You're like, all right, let me
called your
see
song
this.
stupid.
Let me see this fuzz pedal. And you put it through your fucking amp and you dimed literally everything. And you just start really going at it. And
I was just doing that.
you're just like, and you do it, and I was trying to be supportive. I was like, let's make a song together. And I was like, all right.
I remember I recorded it and I was like, what do you think, David?
And I was like,
you're an asshole.
I was like, yeah, cool, dude. But
No, you said it sounds like a fart.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was like, it'd be cool if you could maybe hear some sort of note, but it was just fucking noise. But it was crazy to watch you fucking go from this absolutely obliterated sound
To now 1,000 streams on Spotify. It's crazy that arc, man.
The development that things go through, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But yes, I remember you making that song. I don't think you wrote Why I Come Back Home, which is another fucking banger that everyone should go stream.
I did do that one there.
I know you recorded it, but did you write it?
No, I don't think so. You wrote all of your EP in that basement as well.
3 of the songs, 3 of the 4 or 5. Yeah. That was a sick basement.
Except for which ones?
The ones I'm currently recording right now,
Oh.
trying to get finished before the EP comes out.
Cool.
Yeah, the basement was fucking sick.
Yeah, it was sick.
We lived. Our landlord told us that there was a recording studio for a doo-wop group. Or
No,
something.
a Korean doo-wop group.
Yeah.
There's a Korean doo-wop group whose spirits I think we kind of absorbed.
Yeah, you
in
can
that
hear a lot of the
basement.
doo-wop influence in Kian's latest song.
Kind of.
Korean doo-wop. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
I
a
would
little
say
bit.
so.
It's there.
Yeah,
Hidden in the background.
yeah, that was a fucking
Sidestep sort of,
dope little spot. Kian and I built we had a kitchen table, and we wanted to make speaker stands or whatever, but we just got we didn't have a lot of good wood to work with, so we just found a bunch of wood in the backyard and just screwed shit together and made this fucking studio setup. It was fucking awesome.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Kind of like the studio now, here, in this house.
Yeah,
Our
something.
speaker stands are.
Yeah, we built those, but the thing that was so sick about that basement, it's just we were talking about it before. We think it was or at least we were talking at one point, and you were saying it was probably the fact that it was so long because it was just a long tube, but everything in that fucking basement sounded so good. And I know that when I would mix down there, the classic, you make a fucking mix, you go into the car, and you're like, holy shit, this sounds like a completely different fucking song. All the mixes that I would do in that basement sounded identical in the fucking car. So for whatever was going on in that basement, we threw the speakers in there, and they were just fucking perfectly placed in whatever. It just sounded so sick.
I'm sick of mix revisions. I'm not revising.
Yeah.
What do you
I'm
mean?
not going to revise anything anymore.
You're just gonna fucking go for it?
I do like the guy who mixes my stuff, Chance Halter, who is a gentleman and a scholar.
Truly.
I make him do
Yes.
12 mix revisions.
But you don't have to do the revisions anymore.
Yeah,
You
right.
just- you make
I
other
just-
people do it.
I tell him what to do, and
Does he take credit cards? Is that how you get all those mix revisions?
yeah,
Because he accepts credit cards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you what do you when you send him? We don't have to fucking talk about this, but
Is supply and demand coming out? Yes, it's out now.
I was gonna say when you send him shit, obviously he's doing a lot of the mixing, but are you sending him just dry not dry completely untouched, but how much of it are you mixing yourself and like sending to him?
I would say probably like 75% of the vibe. I mean, the vibe is already there. Like, everything's already distorted and shit. His job is to just kind of clean it up and make it, make the snare hit a little bit better and the kick drum a little tighter.
Yeah.
Type of shit.
Bet. Cool.
So-
Sick. Supply demand out now.
Yeah. So what do you think is the best sex position?
This is like your fucking question. I feel like every opportunity you get to ask this question, you do.
Why?
Well, because you asked it to a fucking random stranger on stage at your last show.
So what does
You
that?
did.
What does
Wait,
that
what
have to
the
do with
fuck?
anything?
Do you remember that? He was like, "Hey, you in the fucking wool sweater." Yeah,
yeah.
You. What's the best sex position? You were tuning your guitar and you had to
And he said
fucking-
missionary, which was such a
That's a lie. He's lying.
boneheaded answer.
What a dingus.
I think that's the best one. I'll say it.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
best.
said it.
Yeah. It's the lover's answer for sure. What?
Who would win in the fight, Kian? Who would win in the fight?
Between me and Carl.
Yeah. Yeah, between you and Karl, who would win in a fight?
What was your question?
I was gonna say
With
no.
my
That
pocket
is my
sand,
que-
you're not gonna stand a chance.
With
Your eyes
the,
full
with
of fucking
the with
sand.
the pocket sand and the leg sweep and the eye poking.
Yeah.
I just
in
am
my
too
in my bolt
disoriented.
in my air horn.
I'm just too disoriented.
I would
With all of the power of a grizzly bear, I still can't
sand,
win.
air horn, eyes.
all right. Who would win in the fight? The entirety of Radiohead, or the entirety of Weezer? If they had a full-on brawl, who would win in a fight?
Yeah, probably Radiohead.
Radiohead.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit more sinister, and I think that physically they would be an equal match, but I think that the energy that Radiohead would bring is more sinister and more devious, more cunning, and more intellectual.
Wow.
Okay.
Fucking holy shit.
But I love Weezer more.
Radiohead. Who would win in the fight? Radiohead or King Gizzard?
I'm going to stick with my original answer
Damn.
for the same reasons.
Okay, how about Men at Work versus Devo?
I think it's really, in fighting, brains can really beat brawn if... What are you looking at me for? You
no.
quit
All
distracting
right, David,
me.
what do
I'm
you
trying to do a
think?
fucking podcast here.
Devo or Men at Work? Since Kian is getting way too philosophical with the answer.
Well, considering that I can't picture Men at Work at all,
The fucking guys that wrote YMCA, they dressed up as fucking Native American, a construction worker, a cop, and what the fuck is the last one that they dress up like?
I don't know. I have
Devo.
no idea what
Devo.
you're talking about.
Devo. They have knives under those hats. I've seen them. But yeah. So,
I'm sick of being a professional, though.
Yeah.
well, then
I
you're
mean,
on the right
I don't
fucking
think you're doing a
podcast.
great.
No. I mean, acting professional in, to other people.
Life in general, or anything specific, any specific instances in which you wish you could act less professional in?
I can think of some.
Would you like to say them? Please do.
I'm talking all this game, but I'm gonna actually be professional here.
No.
Fuck you. All right. Well, okay. So you feel like you don't want to be professional. I assume we are talking about in a musical endeavor.
I want to talk shit. You know what?
Do it. Fuck it. Let's go.
I don't know. I always feel torn. I was at a show the other day, and me and my friend were talking shit about this one guy, and this
And he was standing right there, and he had
no,
the
and
nerve
this,
to defend
this other
himself.
girl who knew the guy we were talking shit about could have talked shit, but she was professional and kind of disarmed the situation in a very neutral way. And at the time, I was like, wow, what a cool based, cool swaggy thing to do, which is to withhold talking shit and to
The integrity.
and to have integrity in the
brave.
situation.
But in reality,
But in reality, I don't want to be that guy.
you take it back. It's false integrity, and you want to talk shit.
I do.
Yeah. Well, feel free to.
All right, who
I'm
we talking
inviting
shit
you
on?
to.
Let's go. Throw them out.
But I'm so shy about
Not
it.
me. I don't want it to be me.
I guess what I'm saying is I want to be able to talk shit without consequences.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes. We will not punish you if you talk shit on anybody right now. I promise there will be no consequences.
We can bleep out the. You can talk shit on whoever. We can just bleep out the name, and then no one will know who you're talking about.
Who do you hate most? Actually, it doesn't even have to be who. What do you hate most? Why?
You know what? One thing I've been thinking about recently is just acting more professional in situations.
Yeah.
This is what situation?
What are you looking at?
What? You.
All right, let's switch it up. Hey, do you guys know Jeremy Fragrance? Jeremy Fragrance?
Nope.
From who? From where?
All right, well, let's move on to the next one then.
Do you know Jeremy Fragrance?
I'm about to walk off this podcast.
You're the one that's taking us down.
You're patronizing me. Yeah, I know Jeremy Fragrance.
You're right, I am.
Who do you think I am?
Why don't you just be a
You
little bit
fucking
more
stupid?
professional, and maybe we
God.
can get through this fucking thing. God damn
Can't
it.
say a damn
Whatever.
thing on this podcast.
Supply and demand out now.
Supply and demand out now.
Hot damn. How long have we been going for now?
Jesus
5 more
fucking
minutes.
Christ.
All right, Kian's got 5 more minutes. All right, Kian, you're gonna take the reins. Go ahead. You got 5 minutes, a full platform, uninterrupted.
You're not going to interrupt me?
Nope.
You promise?
I promise I won't.
For once, can you not interrupt me?
Yeah, for once, I'll let you have it.
Okay, let me think.
Wait.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you, there's a couple things that I could, there are actually a lot of things I could talk about right now. I fucking hate this show. You guys suck.
Yeah, we know. We know. We're
You gamble at all, Kian? Like not with your life, like like games and stuff.
No.
No gambling.
Next question.
All right. Have you ever been out of the country?
No. I did go to, yeah, I have. I went to Montreal and I got in without a passport.
Did you get back in? Well, I guess you did. Yeah, you're
well,
here.
yeah.
Where the fuck do you think we are right now?
Does this look like Montreal to you, David?
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Okay.
I brought my birth certificate.
Oh, all right.
That's all you need?
That's all you need.
Have you ever been
They
skiing?
didn't even check it. I just went skiing and I'm fucking good at it.
Yeah.
And don't say I'm not. Look at these legs.
I wasn't
You think I can't fucking ski? Huh? Answer me.
I think you do.
Who's interviewing who here?
You can
Yeah, I can ski, man. The fuck you think I am?
Have you ever been water skiing?
No.
Do you think you'd be good at it?
Yeah.
Have you ever been wakeboarding?
Yeah, my friend, wakeboarding is where you get dragged behind the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Water
my
skiing,
friend,
too.
Yeah.
my-
So is water skiing.
my friend, I had this friend in high school, and we would always get into debauchery together. And his parents hated me because he knew that I was like the friend that his son was like smoking cigarettes and drinking beer with. And he brought me out. He brought me and my friend out on a boat to do the wakeboarding thing, and I could not fucking do it at all, bro. Like every time
I
he would
knew
start
it.
the thing, I would go like and get my head all like in the water and shit. And then he'd do it. I would be like, he did it like 3 times, and I was like, all right, let me come back in the boat. And he was like, no, let's do it a couple. You almost got it. Keep going. And he kept like,
He got you back.
I was in
man.
a really
He was-
vulnerable position.
He was dreaming of the headline of the tragic death of Kean Stevens
He was.
on that fucking lake.
He was.
Oh, so you think you were a bad influence as a child on other people?
On him, I was.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Do you think you're still a bad influence on people? You are a bad influence
What
on
do you
other
think?
people.
Desert or ocean?
You invite me on your podcast,
Desert or ocean?
and you ask me
if you like the desert
If I
or if you like
desert
the
or
ocean.
We do. Yeah.
Is this like speed dating?
Yeah, exactly.
We're just doing our best, okay? You don't have to be mean about it. Desert or ocean? Do you think you'd be good at mountain biking?
Boy, I had to grease you up and throw you in the oven, man.
This podcast is
David,
going
what are
off
you
the
looking
rails.
so nervous for?
This podcast is going off the rails. All right.
No, don't stop it.
Yeah, I'm stopping it. I'll
no,
stop.
no.
Hang on, I got
don't.
some more things to say.
I'm pulling the plug.
What
All
do
right.
you-
All right, go ahead.
Ask me a question, and then I'll say
I
something.
fucking asked you.
That was a stupid question.
Fucking kind of dumbass fucking question. Yeah. So, do you think you'd be good at mountain biking or?
Yeah.
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 I think so. You got the legs
I
for
got good
it.
balance.
What do you want us to ask you? You seem like you have.
I'm
these things that
thinking.
you
I'm
want
trying to
say.
think. God. Can't get a moment of peace on this show.
Sometimes the lulls are nice.
You guys ever use olive oil as lube?
No.
I
I
haven't,
feel like-
haven't explored with.
I have.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Nice.
Great. It's
I
good.
feel like it'd be hard to wash off.
it is.
Well, see, if that's what you're thinking about, your head's in the wrong place.
Good point.
You know, you just got to get down and dirty and not think about the consequences. You know, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
I think the thing about lube that is worse than olive oil is that it gets sticky. Are you guys familiar with this phenomenon?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Are you familiar with that, Colin?
I'm a dry guy.
That guy likes it dry. I hear that, and I respect that. All right, let's call this thing, man.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand out now.